All right, we're here. We're here. Let's fix this. Sorry, I'm late. I got a story. I got a story for you. Holy crap. So I don't think I'll ever complain again. So, the told you the story last week. The garbage guy got stuck. Today was garbage day, so we wheeled our cans out to the front of the road. Neighbor called me. She lives right there. They pick up her garbage too. She says, "Hey, did they come get the garbage?" We talked about that for a minute. And then she asked me what my electric bill was this month. And I'm like, man, it was $750, which is true, plus another 400 for the gas. Her electric bill was $1,500. $1,500 for 1 month. For 1 month, man. Oh my God. So as you can tell, as you can see, I'm here. There's gonna be coughing today. I'm sorry. Oh boy. But I'm here. All right. So real quick, let's see. The poll at part of the poll here. 31% says 31% says moms and 38% hope Florida. I like it. I like it so far. Hey Colin, how we doing? Yep, we should have terrace off, right? Hey scientist, Palmery said that three guys who played yesterday game not playing. I don't know if he's including Bobby, but for sure Bornfoot is one. He said Vilmanus is fine. I suspect it's going to be Bennett and Marchand. I suspect Marchand only got Maurice to let him play because against Boston. And as you can all tell, Bennett was not right. He clearly still hurt. So my suspicion is that he's not going to throw Bennett and Marchand out there against Tampa right before the Olympics. Hey Simon, how you doing, bud? Shine says, "Holy crap! Can they just suspend Vilmanis already so the Bruins fan has something else to talk about?" I don't know, real. I don't know if he gets suspended if he can still play the Olympics. That was my first thought yesterday, and I hope I know what to expect. I never know if this game is calm and easy. Probably not. Darko, how you doing? Why do I feel like we're going to get blown out after the first period? I honestly hope it doesn't get blown out one way or another. If it's a blowout, then obviously it gets a little bit more feisty. But Tampa just absolutely they don't need the points, so they're going to be out for one thing and one thing only. Kenneth says today's the day we attempt to break the penalty minute clock. Hey Derek, yeah, Lex, the epic win streak starts now. Exactly. Oh, yeah, the Panarin trade. On one hand, I know Rangers fans thought that they were going to get more, but on the other hand, no move clause, dude is 34. The crazy part is he only signed for the 2 extra years with LA. So if it don't work out there really quick, they can flip him again next year, right? Or the year after. They had 1 year and then they have the second year. They can still flip him again and get assets back. Craig says one would hope Cooper would also call off the goons. Yeah, I don't know about that. Real says no way McKenna falls to us in the second round, but if he did, it would be hilarious to make everyone hate us more. Yeah. Oh, that's not what I meant. You're hoping Tampa phones it in and no shows. Tampa might want us to get that 7 or 8 seed. Tampa might want to play us in the playoffs. Hey, Mythical. Lightning are missing points, Sorelli and Paul. I mean, we're missing a ton of guys, but they showed a lot of heart last night. It's just one game we need before the break. I mean, anything's possible, right? Maybe Tarasov can steal one. Hungry says, can we give Drury the whatever the opposite of the GM of the Year award would be? Which By the way, if this doesn't prove what I've been saying all this time, I don't know what would. Both things cannot be true. I always say the rumors, the innuendo, all insider crap is just that. For the most part, it's just crap. Now we heard Florida and we heard Carolina, and then Tampa was supposed to be in the lead, and Washington was making a huge offer. San Jose and all this bullshit. And then he goes to the Kings, and they're like, "Oh no, he told them that LA was the only team he was willing to go to." Come on now. Now either that's bullshit or all the rumors were bullshit, or maybe it's just all bullshit. Maybe it is. That is a prime example of why when I hear this source and this source and this source. Come on, most of these sources are just the hair on these guys' nuts. They don't know a damn thing what they're talking about. I'm not sure if the Kings gave him a no move clause. I didn't see that, Hungry. I just saw the detail. Hey, Jameson. Okay, hear me out. Cats win tonight in regulation. Come after the break, get two quick wins versus Toronto and Buffalo. All of a sudden, we're 4 points out of 8. See? Exactly. Exactly. Perfect. Exactly. That is exactly right. Now, I know that was Boston's last game. What about Buffalo? Buffalo plays the Penguins today. So they come on, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, you gotta be no, Pittsburgh's not desperate for points. Eh, they're not really desperate for points. They need them, but if Pittsburgh can beat the Sabres today and do us a solid, that'll definitely make things a little bit more palatable. Daily Faceoff has board for his day to day. I think Sabrango's already been up. Real. Sorry, guys. I think he's already been up. I think he's just been a scratch. Shine says, I still don't get what the rush was to trade Panarin yesterday. It's not like he's going to the Olympics and could get hurt. That's a good point. I thought it wasn't going to happen when it hadn't happened so late. Um, you would have thought that if that was the prospect that they were going to get, maybe they would have gotten another one. But if that's all they got out of the Kings, then I think the rest of the offers that supposedly happened, I think they're just bullshit. Yeah, no, the Kings lost last night. No, I don't think he could have played that quick, right? Hey, Rick, the gamblers are counting the Panthers out. Panthers are plus 1,600 to win the cup. I mean, and it's dicey. What I will say is if the Panthers make the playoffs, they're going to win the cup. And the reason why I say that is because in order to make the playoffs, they have to get incredibly, ridiculously, stupidly hot. And if they get that hot, if the Panthers get as hot as they need to get to make the playoffs, they're going to three-peat. Makes logical sense, right? Hungary, no. Olechka has not come back, but he asked for the opportunity to apologize to her. And so I found a comment that she left last night on the Bruins video on low quality. So when he wakes up, I'm going to send him over there to respond to her comment and see if he can't make amends because we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Not sure yet. Not sure about Marchand tonight. I would be with Maurice saying yesterday we had three players that went that wouldn't go today. My assumption is that would be Barnfoot, Marchand, and Bennett. Chucking around says prolonging the inevitable this Panther season is the best argument for having a DNR in place. They're not going to quit. They're not going to quit. Now, whether or not they get in or not, I don't know. but this team ain't gonna quit. Yeah, and I did see that. Maurice said he'd be captain of the team. Said Lundell would be captain of the team one day. That was really interesting. Because we've talked about this. Come on, give me Barkov. If I put in Alexander, Barkov should be there. Google, what's wrong? Barkov, he's 30 now. And how many more years of contract does he have? And Lundell's what, 24? So I guess what he is saying is that when Barkov retires in maybe 8 to 10 years, you would have Lundell as captain, but he'd already be 32, 34. Mm. But, I mean, he's also just given Lundell a vote of confidence as well there too. But you can tell they showed Lundell at the bench. He was kind of sucking air, kind of like, you know, sucking something up. Whoever it was sitting next to him asked him if he was okay. He's like, yeah, I'm okay. Bennett was in clear discomfort. I would be shocked if he played tonight. And then with Marchand, you could definitely tell he was not himself. So I'm hoping he doesn't play tonight. And so that would put Boquist and Bennett in the lineup. So, but Boquist is a gamer, right? Boquist can definitely be a gamer. Oh, let's look at the stats between Lundell and Barkov at 24. So I'll look, but it is a little bit of a different thing because let me see. Barkov, because we've looked at this before. What's he, 30 now? So 30, 29, 28, 26, 25, 24. So when Barkov was 24, he played 82 games. This was the 18-19 season. Had 35 goals and 61 assists, 96 points, was a -3, and had 53.7 in the faceoff circle. But by then, he was playing at 1C. Excuse me. Um, by then, Barkov was playing at 1C. That was, I believe, Bugner's last year. I think that was it. Together. They all run together. It's like Maurice. That was Bugner's first year. No, that's Glenville. That was Bugner's first year. And so, yeah, not close statistically. Not close. That would Barkov had 96 points. In fact, that's his career high in points is when he was that age, is those 96 points. Even in the President's Trophy season, he had 39 goals. He had 88 points because he had 49 assists. So now Lundell has been at 1C most of this year. And he had 16 goals and 23 assists for the -8. So it's they're two different players defensively. I would suspect their stats are closer, but offensively, Barkov, and there's a notable size difference too, right? Lundell is excuse me, I'm sorry. Jesus. Lundell is 6'1", a buck 96. Barkov is 6'3", 214. So you're talking about a big difference. Is there something wrong with my mic or is it just my voice? You sure it's not just my voice, Vincent? I'm sick as a dog. What's going on with the mic? Let me know if somebody else is having a problem with the mic. Sean says Sanders should have hit him a bit harder since the bugger came back. It was helpful in the comeback. I sound a bit echoey. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me see. Doesn't make any sense. Does that make a difference? Does that, what I just did, does that make a difference? Because it's weird, because sometimes the echo cancellation can actually make it worse sometimes. Let me know. It sounds echoey in my, it sounds better now? That's weird. That's weird. Okay. All right, that's weird because I had the echo cancellation on. And so now it sounds better with the echo cancellation off. Okay. Better, but I sound far away. I don't know what's going on, man. I mean, it's still, all right, well, most people saying it sounds better, so thank you for letting me know. I can't hear it. Yeah, Hungry, StreamYard is very special. Everything sounds echoey to me right now. I can't smell anything. I can't hear anything. It's just brutal. How's our poll doing, by the way? Where are we? So we've got 22% say it was too much that McKenna did. 33% don't talk about his mom. And 45% says hope he falls to Florida. All right. So I wonder if it had anything to do with that, but I doubt it. Anyway, let me know if the audio does anything screwy again. Hey, Mr. Vids. Yeah, scientist. I'm happy McAvoy is okay. That certainly made it better considering what Vilmanis did. Let me see. Let me check out that rule. If an NA, it's probably he can still play. Player is suspended. Play in the Olympics. No. So the only way that if Vilmanis is going to get suspended, he can only get suspended for one game. So if they suspend him for one game, he can't play tonight, and then he's cleared, he can play for the Olympics. I think the fact that McAvoy came back probably stops him from getting suspended. Elmore says, what is it with the elbows to the head with the Panthers? Man, I don't know. I don't know why. Now, look, in full disclosure, I mean, I can't pretend to not know this, okay? Like, all right, I don't want to know about that. I want to know the other one. So I'm trying to find, because didn't he just have a broken jaw? Didn't McAvoy? Yeah. Bruins defenseman Charlie McAvoy suffered a linear jaw fracture and lost several lower teeth after being struck by a slap shot on November 15th, 2025. He underwent surgery, was sidelined for 9 games, and lost nearly 20 pounds due to a strict liquid soft diet before being activated on December 11th. So I can't know that and then watch the Vilmanis hit and not at least wonder, like, come on, man. Come on, right? So, like, there's times when I stick up for guys. Like, I still don't think Bennett did anything on purpose to Stolarz, right? And yeah, Vilmanis is a rookie. He doesn't have any history, etc., right? But if the dude had a broken jaw and then all of a sudden Vilmanis is leaving his feet and elbowing him in the jaw, like, it's you have to really, like, I can't look at that and not think, man, like, are we sure that wasn't on purpose? It's no different than if somebody knows somebody's got a bad knee, you know what I mean? And then slew foots him and tries to, nail him in the knee or nothing. Like, it's hard to see, to know that. I didn't realize it at first. So, in the interest of being fair, do I think he should get suspended? I mean, a game wouldn't kill the kid. Just don't make him miss the Olympics. Now, why that is, why we do that, I don't know. I don't know. It's shit happens in the moment. Now, I know Booch was saying, he was on the broadcast saying he thought McAvoy kind of lost his balance and slipped in a little bit, and that's why. And it is super super fast, but Vilmanis did leave his feet. Craig says the fine would hit harder since he's not making big money. That's true. Yeah, you're probably right there. So it's not a great look no matter what. Al said Canada announced that they're taking no backup in case of injury to the Olympics, so Marchand and Bennett will have to play through any issues. Ugh. So Rick says McKenna was 100% at fault. Cannot put hands on someone unless you need to defend yourself. Oh, see, we'll have to disagree there. I mean, there's the law, and then there's what's right. You know what I mean? And just because something is the law, don't make it right. And now maybe you don't have to pound the kid's face to the point where you break his jaw, and like maybe you don't have to go that far, right? But if the dude says that about his mom and his mom's standing there and he clocks him and like bust and the guy gets a bloody nose and then that's it, I think it's like, you know what? Dude deserved to get punched. Now maybe you don't have to, break his face like that. But the dude deserved to get punched. I mean, there's just if we get to the point where we're saying you go to a restaurant with your family and some dude calls your mom a whore and that dude doesn't deserve to be punched, I can't get there as a society. I can't get there. Like there's a line. There's a line and that dude crossed the line. No, David, not even a little bit better. not even a remote little bit better. But I appreciate you asking. I don't know why the hell I can't kick this thing. It is kicking my ass. Steven says, Vincent says, can you have such conversations on YouTube, law versus right? Next thing you know, we're going to talk about the objective evil here. Look out. I don't know. I mean, Rick, I understand. Like, it's cool. We all have different opinions, right? That's why I made the poll. But the dude deserved to get punched. Like I said, if you hold on, what the hell's going on out here? Oh, hold on a second. Hey, Kyle. If you go on my pack and ship desk, there's the one thing. I think it might be on the. It might be on the refrigerator, the freezer. If you can get the one package and give it to her, then I don't got to go to the post office. Okay, great. Thanks, Kyle. All right, I get lucky today. Post office showed up to deliver a package, and Kyle was taking it, so he's going to give her the eBay packages, so now I don't have to drive my sick ass to the post office when I'm done talking to you fine people. Okay. Let me try to get back on track here. Sorry about that, guys. Stock guy says Sanders was playing amazing before that, too. He looks so much better than Samo. I don't like you talking bad about my kid, but you're not wrong. I gotta be honest. That doesn't mean I want to give up on Sam Iskevich, but I will adopt Sam Iskevich out if it means I get to keep Vilmanis. Okay. Did I see Huberdeau's getting sidelined for the rest of the season? No. No, Hunger. That I did not see. Oh. Well, I guess he's hurt? Rick, yeah. Yeah, man, I get what you're saying. It's a tough one, right? No, Vince, there were real people. It was real people. Aaron says a big question is, will McKenna get deported because the guy requires corrective surgery and McKenna fled the scene plus was at the bar underage? Now that part I heard about where I guess he took the wristband off, I mean, we've all done that. I mean, I didn't have to do that. When I grew up, the drinking age was 18 and I had a mustache at like 14 years old. Nobody carded me. Yeah, I mean, there's bigger questions there. But, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, it was just the one. The other one, the international label wouldn't print. Their eBay's having problems with that, so just give her the one. Okay, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, okay. Sorry, guys. Gotcha, Hungry. Aaron says, so technically, McKenna will be a violent felon immigrant. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's one way to look at it. All right, Real. You don't have to. Now, look, Real, I will ban you. All right? You don't have to rub it in. Oh, God. Leon Dreisaitl's named Germany's flag bearer for the Olympics. That's pretty cool. Real's getting hip surgery, huh? Oh, well. That's a kid. Oh, here we go. Here comes the Mackey. Here we go. Vincent says Mackey is a goner here. Sandus deserves a letter. So, look. Oh, God. You guys know what's going to happen, right? You know what's going to happen, right? You realize we're going to trade him and he's going to have success somewhere else like Tippett did and like Krause did. And who's the other guy? Oh, Spencer Knight. Yeah, that dude. Remember him? Oh, and Sordiff too, right? Yeah, that guy too. So, yeah, fine. He's playing like shit and he's barely on the ice. And if you look at next year's roster, yeah, it's a no-brainer that you would want Vilmanis in over Mackey. I can't even, I'm too sick to argue that point because he's not giving me anything to work with at this point. But you know that son of a bitch is going to go to I don't know, man, San Jose, somewhere where they could use just one extra dude. He's going to go somewhere and be a 30-goal guy. And before you laugh at me, go look at Lawson Krause's numbers. Steven says, talking about McKenna, says he's a young man. I really hope we don't freaking throw the book at him, especially given what was said. Yeah. Kazuma says the McKenna situation reminds me of Zidane when he headbutted a player in the World Cup for talking about his sister. Yeah, man, there's just some things that we all can relate to, right? Silva says, honestly, yeah, leaning more and more towards moving Samo. We've got more prospects down in Charlotte, and Mackey doesn't bring that much, and Vilmanis and that Swiggy and don't, right. I know, Real. I know. When I look at next year, and I'm going to do some videos during the break here about next year, it's you either have to make the decision that you're giving Mackey a full-ass another chance next to Bennett and Kachuk, or just move him. Because he doesn't fit anywhere else. You either look at it and say, we're going to give him another full-ass chance on that second line or forget about it and just move on. Because he sure as hell don't belong on the fourth line. Hockey media is now complaining on Twitter about no discipline for Vilmanis. Oh boy. So nothing, no hearing, no nothing, right? Mackey to the Sens. Hey, Mac, what about Mackey for what's that kid's name? Kachuk? He sucks, right? We could sneak that one through, don't you think? Oh boy. Yeah. Samuel will turn into Minton on Boston. That's probably not a bad that's probably not a bad comparison. Yeah. That's not a bad comparison. David says, I'm so grateful I grew up before the pussification of this country. A bar fight is news. Don't want to bust the jaw, then STFU. So incredibly sad what we've become. I mean, certainly when we grew up, the overriding opinion would have been like, dude got what he deserved, you know? So it is what it is. Mackey with Greer and Schwint hasn't been bad. No, it has not been bad because Schwint and Greer are really good. Look, I want Mackey to do well. I'm confused and disturbed and disappointed with not just the lack of progress, but the regression. That's concerning. Like it's the same consistent mistakes all over again, and I really don't know how much more weight he can put on. I guess he could try to get stronger, but it's just been disappointing. Yeah, exactly, Hungry. What if we run Mackey with Schwint and Greer as the fourth line next year? Well, first of all, we have it a little bit backwards because Greer needs a contract, but Gadjevich is already signed to the extension. I wonder if we're going to be able to afford Greer. Steven says, I think Samuel has a lot of potential, but sometimes the puck luck doesn't give you lots of data to support it. That's true. Scientists would rather have Gadjevich, yeah. Frank says, Mackey can be a legit second liner. He has the talent. He has the speed. If he can actually aim for the net, we could have something. Right. And that's kind of where I'm at, is like, just if you're going to give him another chance, and then, you know, if you give him another chance next to Bennett and Kachuk next year, fully coming in healthy, all that. If you get halfway through the season and you need to add somebody at the trade deadline and flip them, okay, kid, we've given you your shot. You know what I mean? And maybe that's the plan. Yeah, exactly. It's clearly the number change. Good point there, Craig. If he was moved to Calgary, I don't know. Here's what I'm thinking. And this is another question here. Like, I don't think he would be worth anything less if we flipped him now versus if he played another half a season next year and still didn't look great. I don't think that the value we would get, the difference in the value would be so much. That said, if we started next year with Barkov, Reinhart, Verhage, Bennett, Kachuk with Vilmanis, Lundell, Lusterine, Marchand, Schwint with Gadjevich and Greer, like, I'm good, man. You know what I mean? Like, if that's what we went into next year with, I'm good. Like, Vilnius has got to play somewhere. Right, yeah, David says, I think it's becoming a mental thing with Samo. He does a lot of stuff really well, but not scoring. Someone in the Panthers Reddit said trade Greer now while his value was high. There's about 20% of me that if we were going to give up on the season, there's about 20% of me that wonders if that's not the worst take. If we were giving up on the season and we knew we weren't bringing him back, it would make sense. Don't forget that lineup that I just said. Oh my God, I just realized that. The lineup I just said. Barkov, Reinhart, Verhaeghe, Bennett, Kachuk, Vilnius, Lundell, Lusterine, Marchand, Schwint, Gadjevich, and Greer. Rodriguez is on this team. He's still got another year of contract. I just made the top 12 that I'm completely happy with. Forget about leaving Samoskevich out of it. Rodriguez isn't on it. I just realized that. So, now maybe you're going to trade Rodriguez and give Greer the money. You guys want to do that? I mean, where does Rodriguez fit on this team next year? You got to have Vilnius on the ice. Vincent says the difference is we need a scoring winger tomorrow. Right. Reddit Branding is a real thing. Omar says you would think the league would move towards Montreal's and Buffalo's, but the Florida teams are run so well. I know, right? Like, the league is going to be pissed off if it was like, you know, if it stays in Florida again. Vincent says Greer's a keeper. We need fourth liners to stay. Right. Right. So then, I mean, that lineup I just put out, I mean, in my head, to me, it's a no-brainer. Now, could we keep Rodriguez as the 13th forward? I mean, that's awfully rich. But Vilnius needs to be on this team. Scientist says there's 104 million cap next season. Those lines are like leaving 7 million on the table. Is that, but with Bob? Oh, by the way, Scientist, I was going to ask you a question. Can you make me a version of that tool with next year's cap so that I can look and see what we'll have with different lineups? That was the exact question I was going to ask. Can you make me an addition with next year's cap plugged in so I can go through and mix and match? Kazuma, do I think the European system would work in the NHL 3, 2, and 1? I've heard so many different opinions on that. So you win a regulation, you get the 3. It's like an enigma of motivation. It's definitely like, it would definitely motivate teams like last night when it was 4-4 late, and you could kind of tell Boston was like, we'll go to overtime. It would definitely give that extra motivation. So you'd probably end up with less overtime games. Would make regulation better. Okay, sure. And then nothing else changes, right? 2 points for an overtime win, so you get the extra point and you keep your point with the overtime loss. I would take it a step further. If you want to have the 3-2-1 situation, well, no, you couldn't do that. Or could you? I'm thinking about what you would do is to encourage winning in overtime. Because like a lot of people, they get upset about how the guys skate around and skate around and skate around and kill the time. To encourage winning in overtime, if you lose in the shootout, you get no points. To encourage teams to end it in overtime, instead of putzing around with the puck, if you go to the shootout and lose, you lose the point. No points. No points for you. So Vincent says Rodriguez won't be on next year's team. Then we even have more cap space, right? David says, unpopular opinion, with the injuries in the hole we've put ourselves, we'll still have to play that edgy, violent style to get even into the playoffs. I get it. Hungry says, if we're getting rid of Rodriguez, I would like to see that money invested in more depth, preferably some defense. Oh, absolutely. We will have money to upgrade the bottom pair. Absolutely. But then again, Balinskis and Kulikov have contracts. Right? I know, Silva. I get it. David says, Erod is the absolute key to the catch. Just don't get all the hate he gets. I mean, I don't think it's hate. I mean, you could go into next season with Rodriguez, with Bennett and Kachuk, and then have a fourth line of Schwint with Vilmanis and Greer. You could do that. Right? I mean, that's possible too. Sorry, guys. Oh. Aaron says, the fan mock trades all have some iteration of Verhaeghe or Samo going with Rodriguez. People think we are getting Patterson since Panarin ended up wanting more than we would give. I don't know. I agree more with David saying Rodriguez is more of a key guy. And maybe the lineup I just put out might be better. I mean, geez, what if you just went all kids with Schwint, Vilmanis, and Samo as the fourth line? I don't know. Hey, Dennis. Oh, okay, scientist. Perfect. Thank you, bud. Appreciate that. So our poll here, it's got 40 votes. Gavin McKenna, 22%, too much. 37% don't talk crap about mom. And 41% says hope he falls to Florida. I'm not sure if they did, Hungry. I don't know if they did the 3-2-1 yet. USA women are giving Czech hell right now, Chucky. Jason says he loves the Vilmanis hit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I see it both ways. I do see it both ways. But, so, like, you know how we don't want, when Barkov comes back, we don't want somebody to spear him in the knee or slew foot him, right? Because it would be obvious that they were going after the injury, kind of like how we don't want that to happen. So I can understand how Boston fans, with McAvoy having a broken jaw and just coming back, like I could understand how they don't want some big rookie leaving his feet and elbowing him in the jaw that was broken. Like, I get it. I see it from both sides. Like, you want your team to be tough and all of that. But circumstances being what they are, like I said, when Barkov comes back and we're playing Tampa and Kucherov just two-hand tomahawk chops him on the knee, I think we're going to be pretty pissed off. Aaron says, if by some miracle we make the playoffs this year, it'd be very unlikely we didn't trade for someone. But that's the thing that people aren't understanding. is the cap implications of any of this stuff. I made, several videos about it, so I don't want to repeat myself here. And the point that David has made several times that I agree with is that they just all signed long-term contracts worth less money with no move clauses to specifically stay. So any trade that involves something like sending Verhaeghe, the guy's got a no move clause. He just got married. They had a baby. He just signed a long-term deal. Like, who is going and knocking on his door and saying, hey, Carter, will you waive and so we can send you to Calgary or Vancouver? Like, who's doing that? Because you just destroy the morale of the team. All these guys took less money to stay. Like, whatever we think about Aaron Ekblad, that dude could have got paid a lot more money. Forsling, could have got paid a lot more money. Maybe Marchand didn't take less. But the point being is that they're all busting their ass, killing themselves, all injured. Like last night, Bennett gutting it out, Marchand gutting it out, Lundell gutting it out. You can't knock on one of those guys' doors and be like, sorry, deuces, but we need you to waive. It just completely would just destroy the team. It would destroy the locker room. It's not worth what little bit of better talent the team might acquire in those specific moments. That's just my opinion on it. Godwin says we need to inject youth and rookies into this team so we actually have room to make big moves in the future. But we've got. I mean, Vilmanis just right off the bat, and Schwint. I mean, you can't just add like 5 rookies. Like, we picked up Schwint. He's 4C. We're done, in my opinion. Vilmanis is instant top 9 guy, instant at least middle 6 type of guy. You know what I mean? Like, he's there. So I think, we have injected that youth. Yeah, Hungry said, since Drury is such a good GM, maybe we could talk him out as Shesterkin with 50% retention. I think we could probably trade Spencer Knight for Shesterkin. I think Drury would do it. Don't you think? You think? And no, I didn't misspeak there. Kachukin, what were you saying about? I think I missed part of what you were saying. Because it looks like the second part of a comment. It says if the penalty carries over to the shootout, that player is not eligible to shoot. Yeah, I must have missed the first part of your comment, man. That's true. Dennis says, I want Kulikov back ASAP. Yeah. Oh, boy. There's a box called NHL Global Constants. You can change the salary cap. All right, great. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you. Silva says, it also seems weird to reward Balinskis by demoting him after he just played his best hockey. Huh. He is playing well. Well, I thought he was running the power play. I thought he was still running the top unit. Did I miss something? David. Yeah, no, Omar's not wrong there. They need a long-term answer at goalie who replaces Bobrovsky. Yeah. Aaron says the only reason I think they might trade Rodriguez is how little minutes he got. Like you said, he should be playing much more. Jeez. Oh. Hey, Jake. The hit was bad. See, Jake, no frills. We know his opinion. I like that. I mean, yeah. I don't. I don't like. I feel bad criticizing the kid because he's a rookie and we want him on the team and all of that. But God damn it. It's like when your kid does something, you know what? It's like when Kyle put Olechka in timeout. It's like, I love you, kid, but don't do that. Don't do that. Now we gotta fix it. Now we gotta fix it. That's how I feel about that villainous hit last night. It's like just we don't have to do that. Like you like the attitude, you like the yeah, I get it. But damn, dude, it's a bit much. Kind of almost like the McKenna thing. Like you can understand it, but maybe just one punch. Just bust his nose. Give him a crooked nose so he's reminded not to talk shit about people's moms. Like, didn't have to completely rearrange the guy's face. That too, Matthew. We're missing Jones a lot. Yeah. Real says, I don't like some of the hits relay, but again, the Lightning and Bruin fans complaining about dirty hits is funny when they defended so many when they were winning the cups. Sure. I mean, I get that. I get that. Soon says, forgot to add in Europe, you don't get the point for regulation loss anymore, so I don't know if that would motivate teams to fight harder and avoid overtime. Yeah, there's so much psychology to it, right? There's a lot of psychology to it. And the thing of it is you just wonder about unintended consequences, right? You know, if a team gets really, really good at the shootout, like they could just hold the puck and force the shootout. You know what I mean? It's like you get funky. David says, in all honesty, we just got to suck it up this year. We are far and away the best team in hockey when healthy. Stand pat, do what we can this year, get the guys back and go win 2 or 3 more cups. Exactly. Although we might need another goalie. Like, I don't know if Bob's got 2 or 3 more cups in him. That might be, you know what I mean? Might be a bit much. Columbus, Jesus, again Columbus? Real says, send the Rangers Mackey, Boquist, and first Sturkin and get 50%. Oh, if you want to talk about Rangers' heads exploding, there you go, Gabriel. Hey, if we win tonight, we're only 6 points back with everyone except Barkov coming back after the break. For the most part, yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, Jones is our best power play. Yeah. David says, Josh, your weather is drunken on my lawn again. It's rainy and cold. Well, it's 27 here. It's 27 here. Like I said at the start of the show, my neighbor called me to talk about the garbage can situation because they got stuck. Her electric bill was $1,500 this month. Her house is not as big as mine. Hers is like 2,300 square feet, but they keep it at 70. And her electric bill was $1,500. Mine was only $750 plus $4 for the gas. Yeah. Real says, someone said Belinskas is the new Montour, can score but can't defend. I mean, it's not a bad comparison. He's branded Montour for $850,000, though. I mean, right? Eric says Kyle's gone mad with power. We're gonna get Olechka back. Kyle's gonna apologize. I found a way for him to get a hold of her, so we'll get Olechka back. Silva. Rodriguez, Boquist in a 6th for Evander Kane. Vomit. Belinskas is actually 1 goal away from tying Jones. No, he's played well, right? Kachukin says, ways to make overtime better. Backup goalie has to play. Score shorthanded, get 3 points. Each team can strike one opposing player from overtime. In shootout, if no winner round one, the goalie has to shoot. I like that. I like that one. Yeah. So David says, gotta disagree with you, sir. It gets to the point where I have to use physical violence. Someone is either pulling us apart or we're going into the threat is over. I get what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. I get it. Dennis, you think Bob's got 2 more cups in him? David says, when it's time to fight, I only know one way. That's why I took martial arts. That's why I was a black belt in judo. I learned. It's like, well, okay, you're not going to be real big, right? Right? I'm not going to be real tall, but I got strength. So judo taught me how to throw people and use their weight against them. And when somebody is used to punching and they come in and you grab them and throw them 10, 15 feet in the air, they don't want to fight no more. You don't have to do much after that. They feel, oh shit, this little dude can just pick me up and throw me? No, I'm good, man. I'm good. You win. And nobody really gets hurt. That was my secret weapon. Omar says the Lightning have no centers playing tonight. No point, Cirelli and Paul. Jesus. An Oilers fan on Reddit just started to petition against the Panthers or wrote a letter to the league over no discipline for Vilmanis. So, like, I mean, they could have fined the kid just to shut people up. But I get it. Then it says Balinska's defensive lapses last night were bad. Well, he might be trying to do a little bit too much. You know, Forsling's out there gassed. Ekblad is gone backwards. Like, I will forgive Balinskis a little bit. He's a 6'7" being put into a position where he has to make up for Seth Jones, who's been the best defenseman on the team by far this year. So I'll cut him some slack. You know what I mean? He's making basically minimum wage. He's supposed to be the guy on the back end of the bottom pair. I think all things considered, he's done a good job. Kazuma, so Alechka was getting into a fight with some Lightning fans, and I guess Kyle felt it was getting out of hand, and he put her in timeout, and she hasn't come back since. This was during not last night's game, but the previous game, and so Kyle put her in timeout. And so it was not a good look. Yeah, exactly. Hungry said it better. Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. Hey Simon. How do I think the games are going to go, bud? I don't know yet. All I know is I hope nobody gets hurt like last year. You know? She went after Henderson. See, what I didn't see the comments because when Kyle put her in timeout, it deletes all her comments. So unfortunately, all that gets left in the chat is everybody's responses to her, and all of her responses to them get removed. So it was an incredibly bad look. So, so he wanted the opportunity to apologize to her. So when I was watching Bruins, low quality Bruins, which I recommend, go watch his recap. You'll love this skit, the Panthers skit in the beginning. Oh my God, it's so good. But in the comments, she left a comment on his video. So Kyle said if I could get a hold of her, he wanted me to apologize. Well, her comment is there. So Kyle's going to get a chance. I'm going to tell him, here, go apologize. USA just beat Czech 5-1 in women's hockey. Dave says, that's why I really try not to fight, not for nothing, but talking smack about my mom. Wouldn't do it, as words have no effect on me, but I wasn't always so wise. But his mom was there, David. That to me is where the rub is. His mom was there. The kid was doing it in front of his mom. Like, to me, the kid is 18. Like, how many of us at 18, if we were at a restaurant and some other kid was calling our mom a whore, how many of us would have had the self-control to not at least try to do what McKenna did? Like, his mom was there. Sorry about all the sniffling and coughing and shit. Still says, Balinska Skulikov bottom pair may be the best bottom pair in South Florida. Yeah, I agree with you, Omar. I don't disagree, man. Smile says, I hope that Vilnius was took out so he didn't get bruised up by the bees the next shift. He's very important for Team Latvia in the Olympics. I have a feeling that's why he wasn't back out there on the ice. I thought that immediately last night. I said it in the recap. Kind of makes sense. Oh, is that what happened? See, I didn't even see what happened. Basically, she called out Henderson for super chatting something positive about the team, when apparently he had previously talked shit about the team in another channel's chat. I mean, each channel has its own vibe, right? Like how you talk on one channel, you go to this channel, you probably talk different. Each channel has a different vibe, right? Steven says 100% of the time I would have done that. Hungry, yeah. Right. Well, that's what I thought too, Kazuma. But like I said, she made a comment on low quality Bruins fan video last night. So she's still watching Panther stuff. She just understandably isn't here now. David says, never know. Vilnius might have hurt his elbow on the dude's jaw, right? Right. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't see it, so I don't. That's the worst part. Like even though it's my channel, if I go back, they won't show me what she said. So it is what it is. Boardfoot was placed on IR. Shit. Well, Sabrango, right? Or no, really? Oh please, oh please, oh please, oh please, oh please. Really? You're not playing with me, right? They're gonna play Horvolka? I need more. Yeah, you might be right, Hungry. The thing is that sometimes I've given people the wrench. It's hard. It's hard, man, because well, we'll talk about it later. So it's true, scientist. Horvolka got the call up. I told you Paul watches the videos. He feels bad for me because I've been sick. No Sabrango, Josh. You still can't skate backwards. Finally, we get Horvolka for a game. Yeah, we're sending Horvolka out against Tampa. He's 6'6". Let's go. Hungry was right about the call out and shit talk. Yeah, not the Phantom bands again. Yeah, 58, exactly. Yeah, there's been a couple of times when I had a bunch of mods and all of a sudden, people were just getting banned from the chat and there was no mod in the chat. So somebody was watching and just banning people, and maybe they're, I know Dana's account at some point got hacked. So it's kind of been rough. No, I get it, Hungry. I get what you're saying. It's a tough balance, because for me, I would have as minimal moderation as possible. Let people handle themselves. You know what I mean? So, I'll get Kyle to talk to her, see what happens. Yeah, put Horvoka with Mikula. Oh, that's the best news. That's the best news. Yeah, so Tarasov, well, I can't say those words. I can't say those words. Oh. That's awesome. That is great. That's the best news. Now, it's a shame that Bornfoot's on IR. But hell, give Horvoka a game. Hungry says, absolutely, I get it, but YouTube is, which sucks because you can't let people talk freely, right? We have 6 guys hurt again, then plus Vilmanis possible. Well, Maurice said Vilmanis would be okay, so we'll see. That's good. I mean, I hate for Bornfoot to be out, but Maurice already knew that he was going to be out, right? You guess Marchand's out tonight. The TNT haters mentioned Paul Maurice said he was only playing one of the two. I would be surprised. Honestly, I think we should sit both of them, to be honest. And you know what Maurice said yesterday? Not only that wasn't all the thing. He said one other thing in that interview, because I did watch it. He said, we needed to win one of these last 2 games. Anybody else catch that? He said we had to win one of these last 2 games. And so I have a feeling, tonight's game they may be, I hate to call it a throwaway, but I would not be surprised if Bennett and Marchand aren't playing. Yeah, the 2-line pass, GOAT. Yeah. Hungry says, Vilmanis looks like he's stuck in an early 2000 Punk video. He's so young. He's so baby-faced. Yeah, TNT is not fun. Hey, Kazuma, let's get Josh Twitch partner for more income. Just an average of 75 plus concurrent viewers, 25 hours of broadcast, and the 12 different stream days. Man, I got to look at what we got. Look at what we got. Look at my mic. We have a friend. What shall we name him? Kazuma, I got to look into that. Come on, names in the chat. Let's go. Terry. Lime spreader. It's not a tick. It's a stink bug. Pepe Le Pew. Bait. David calls him bait. Pepe Le Pew. I like Pepe. My dog, when I grew up, when I was a kid, we had a poodle. His name was Pepe. Pepe. He's just crawling along there, stinking it up. What's he leaving? Why is this? Jeez. Samo Scorpion, right? You thought it was a tick? Nah, it's just a stink bug. Nah, he's just hanging out. There he is. He's just hanging out. I bet. I mean, the mic's not any warmer. Call him Vassy. Yeah, Tampa's called up Saber, and yeah. Huh? We'll let him be there. Jeez. Oh my God. Can you imagine if it was a tick? That's a tick like after they eat your blood. Come on, get back up there. There he is. He's just hanging out. Don't fly on me now. Don't fly in my mouth, all right? I try not to kill him. I don't like to kill things. Oh, it used to bug Karen so much. It could be a go. Yeah, he's just right there. He's cool. He ain't going anywhere. Karen used to hate him so much. So this one time, I'm not ashamed that I laughed at this. So she'd have yogurt, like the little yogurt cups, right? And she'd go to the fridge, open up the yogurt cup, stick her spoon in it, come back down, sit next to her laptop, and then go back to doing some work or whatever she was doing. And then a couple minutes later, when she was done, she'd grab her yogurt and start eating it. Well, this one time in band camp, while she was back on the computer, Mr. Stinky over here decided to fly into her yogurt and sink. And then she ate her yogurt and crunch. Yeah. Look at this guy. What if he's an injury bug? That's great, Jake. That's great. Where's he going, man? Oh, bug flicker 58. That's good. That's a good one. All right. We'll let. He wants to be off camera now. I think we've already got the injury bug. All right, Omar. As of early 2026, trips partners in the U.S. earn an average of approximately 113,000 annually. I'll have to check that out. David, yeah, nasty and funny. Yep. McGowan says, used to wave away the internet hating with how the internet fans treated the past dynasties like Tampa and Pittsburgh, but the internet now seems to have a special and deranged hate for the Panthers. Well, Florida, Florida's not the most popular state in certain circles as it is, you know what I mean? Just politically, people hate Florida a lot. Especially, Canadians, they associate Florida and Trump and, Trump and Canada. So I'm sure that there's some parts of that there. So, all right. I'm going to go back to bed now. Oh, no cold meds. I can't do any more cold meds. Oh, I might sound like shit, but at least I can think, man. No more cold meds. It didn't work anyway. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me. Much appreciated. I'll see you for the member stream. Game's at 7, right? Or is it 7:30? Let me see. It's at 7:30. So the game's at 7:30. So the member stream will be about 6:30, quarter to 7, somewhere in there. So and then the game. All right. Thank y'all for hanging out. Appreciate y'all. And I will see you guys again in about 6 hours.